Just waiting, if everyone can mute themselves. Okay, it should be on in any moment. Good evening, everyone. This is Rabbi Karen, and I want to thank you all for joining us on this Tuesday evening Ma'ariv service. I'm glad you're all here. We're on Facebook. We are on JSLI page. We're on UJUC, Rabbi Stephen Blaine page. We're on YouTube. We're on SeemShalom.com. So welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you can join us this evening. Let me just make sure there's nobody in the waiting room. You could chat with us. The Zoom people can also be chatting, and just going to have a great evening. So let us share the screen. And here's our PowerPoint. Excellent. Our Tuesday Ma'ariv service. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Our call to praise. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Ma'ariv Aravim. When I look at the sunset, when I look at the sunrise, I think of Adonai's blessings of separating light from dark and dark from light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bivaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma potech she'arim uvitmuna mishanei tim u'machaliv et hazmanim u'msader et ha'kochavim b'mishmoroteim b'rakia kirtzono. You abound in blessings, Eternal One, our God, sovereign of all time and space, whose word brings on twilight. With wisdom you open gateways, with understanding you alter times, vary the seasons, and assign the stars to their watches in the sky. Creator of day and night, who rolls light away from darkness and darkness from light, you cause day to pass and bring about night, distinguishing between day and night. Source of all forces is your name. O living and ever-enduring God, reign over us forever and ever. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who brings on twilight. Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim. Everlasting love you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah, mitzvot, laws, and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And now the prayer that states our creed, the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them diligently to your children. And you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you rise up, and when you lie down. and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates. And you shall remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy, holy unto your God. Now let's take a little break, see if we got anybody in the chat room. We have Albert, Ellen Rose, and Barbara. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're with us. And here we have Toby, Barbara, Al, Susan, Rudolph, Rabbi Elias, Daniela, and Marvin. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you can join us this evening. Okay, let's go back. And as Miriam and the women went through the miracle of the parting the Red Sea, they sang the song to Adonai, Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, no ra tehilot, osef feleh. Who is like you, O God, amongst the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried, Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praise are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Ashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'achamidenu malkeinu l'chaim ufrosh aleinu sukkot shlomecha. Bless us, Adonai, watch over us in these troubled times. Make us a light unto all nations. Shield us from hostility, war, famine, sorrow. Protect us, be a saving power, a sovereign power. Gracious and compassionate are you. Guard our going and our coming in life and in peace now, and for all eternity. Spread us over your shelter of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, haporeh sukkot shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, eternal one, who spreads your shelter of peace over us, over your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba v'yamad irachute v'yamlich mahute v'chayechon uv'yo omechon uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael ba'gala uvizman kariv v'yimeru amen yeshmei rabba mevorach Le'olam le'olam maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yibar v'yiraman v'yinavsei v'yithadar v'yithalei v'yithalam shemei dekudesha b'riachu le'elam mikol bechata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata damiram b'yalma v'yimeru amen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am jumping ahead a little bit because I want to go into today's holiday. Today is Lag BaOmer, a religious holiday celebrating the 33rd day of the counting of the Omer, which occurs on the 18th day of the Hebrew month, Iyar. According to some rabbis, it's the day in which the plague that killed Rabbi Akiva's 24,000 disciples came to an end. And for this reason, the mourning period of Sefiriyat HaOmer concludes on Lag BaOmer in many communities. Additionally, in modern Israel, the holiday also serves to commemorate the Bar Kokhba revolt against the Romans. Lag BaOmer is also mentioned in the early 13th century by Avraham ben Natan. The Talmudist Menachem Memiri cites the Talmudic passage, which states that during the time of Rabbi Akiva, 24,000 of his students died from a divinely sent plague during the counting of the Omer. The Talmud goes on to say that this was because they did not show proper respect to each other. Meiri named Lag BaOmer on the day when, according to the tradition, that plague ended. During the Middle Ages, Lag BaOmer became a special holiday for rabbinic students and was called Scholars' Day. It's customary to rejoice on this day through outdoor sports. When the counting of the Omer is a semi-mourning period, all restrictions of mourning are lifted for Ashkenazim on the 33rd day of the Omer. The Sephardic custom is to cease mourning the following day, celebrations being allowed on the 34th day of the Omer. As a result, weddings, parties, listening to music, and haircuts are commonly scheduled to coincide with Lag BaOmer among the Ashkenazi, while the Sephardim hold weddings the next day. It is customary, mainly among Hasidim, that 3-year-old boys be given their first haircuts. While haircuts may be taken anywhere, if possible, the occasion is traditionally held at the tomb of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai in Meron, Israel, or at the Jerusalem grave of Shimon HaTzadik, for those who cannot travel to Meron. Families go on picnics and outings. Children go out to the fields with their teachers with bows and rubber-tipped arrows. The prayer for this special divine mercy on one's behalf is not said on this day with a festive character such as Lag BaOmer, when God is showing one a smiling face, so to speak. As God often especially does on the holidays, there's no need to ask for special mercy. The most well-known custom of Lag BaOmer is the lighting of the bonfires. Have you seen that in the news? They were lighting lots of bonfires Israeli time yesterday. The custom may originate in symbolizing the spiritual light brought into the world by Simeon ben Yochai. Some have speculated a connection between the bonfires of Lag BaOmer and the festival of May Day, which is celebrated by some European cultures halfway around the world. They studied the time between the spring equinox and the summer solstice, and are also celebrated through large bonfires. I saw they had one by the Western Wall yesterday. In Germany, it's not uncommon to see rural men go into the woods to shoot arrows at demons on May Day, similar to how the bow and arrow is used on Lag BaOmer. In Israel, Lag BaOmer is a holiday for children and the various youth movements. It is marked in the Israeli Defense Force as a week of the Gadna program, the youth brigades, which were established on Lag BaOmer in 1941, and bears the emblem of a bow and arrow. A Lag BaOmer parade in front of the Chabad headquarters in Brooklyn began in 1987. The Lubavitch rabbi Schneerson encouraged Lag BaOmer parades to be held in Jewish communities around the world as a demonstration of Jewish unity and pride. Chabad sponsors parades as well as rallies, bonfires, and barbecues for thousands of participants around the world each year. This is how Lag BaOmer became part of the Israeli Zionist psyche during the first years of Zionism and Israel. A clear distinction became evident between Jews and Israelis in the way that was celebrated. The religious Jews light torches in Shimon Bar Yochai's honor and sang songs about him, while young Israelis sitting around an alternative bonfire sang about a hero who the entire nation loved and focused on the image of the powerful hero, Rabbi Akiva, who galloped on a lion in his charge against the Romans. In modern Israel, Lag BaOmer is a symbol for the fighting Jewish spirit. The Palmach division of the Haganah was established on Lag BaOmer in 1941, and the government order created the Israeli Defense Force was issued on Lag BaOmer in 1948. Beginning in 2004, The Israeli government designated Lag BaOmer as the day for saluting the IDF reserves. So Chag Sameach, everybody. We are now finishing, as the sun will begin setting, the ending of Lag BaOmer. And the Omer will continue to count until anybody know which holiday? I don't hear anybody. Unmute yourself.
Shavuos.
Shavuos, right. Thank you, Shavuos.
I'm getting a haircut tomorrow.
Mazel tov. I had a colleague of mine who would always get it on this day. Because he come back to work and all of a sudden he looked like a mensch again. All right. I know we're going to get ready to begin our Mishnah. Oh, no, we're not doing the Mishnah yet. Right now we are going to do a moment of silent reflection. So please listen to the prayers in your hearts and in your mind. Say shalom bimrumav, Uyase shalom aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael, Imru, Amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, let peace descend on us in all Israel, and let us say Amen. Okay, we're going to stop the share for a moment as people put in names of those who need our healing thoughts and prayers. And let me get my own Mishabera list. I want to begin with Sid and Joyce, Katie and Luna, Chris, Rob and Lisa's daughter, Ronnie, Seal's daughter, Rabbi Allison's daughter, Miriam Bat Shulamit, Carrie, daughter of Bonnie, Leslie, Mindel Leah Bat Chaya, Maxine Marcia, Marlene Bat Sylvia, Alan, George, Stu, David, and Cantor Ovadia. Anybody else has? All those suffering emotionally and physically around the world and spiritually around the world. Anybody else have any names for me? For people who need our healing thoughts and prayers? Okay. Kayla Morgan. Albert's doggy, his first son, fur doggy, Max. Osim Shalomers need refuah shlema, Tom, Ziona, so all those suffering PTSD. Jasmine Morgan, Erica L&D, all of the cancer patients, all those suffering from PTSD. Brady's dad, Granny Franny, Osim Shalomers, Dorothy, Marlene, Bill, Robert, Jean, and David. Marvin, you want to give us your list?
Dawn Allnut and Nelson Respaldo.
Okay.
Myself right now.
And Marvin, and we pray he has a great haircut.
Yeah,
People
and also
suffering.
my eyes come back from the eye exam.
Oh, yes,
And
I know about that.
Yeah.
People suffering from addiction and those maintaining sobriety, Rala, Bill Ben Ann, Richard Ben Sylvia, Marlene Bat Chaya. I think we've got everybody. Okay, so let's begin. You'll forgive me. I feel like a sneeze coming on and I keep touching my nose. These darn allergies. Mishe beirach avotenu v'chol habraha limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe beirach Imotenu Mihol Habraha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Oh, so it's going backwards. Okay. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotze bereshit, shelo asanu kikoye haratzot, v'lo samanu kimishpachot hadama, shelo sam helkenu kahem, v'goralenu kichol hamanam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'eman v'haya Adonai lemelech ha'aretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad. We recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. The memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we praise Adonai and pray for the coming of Adonai's kingdom. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, b'yamad divrah hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yumechon, uv'chayedechol beit Yisrael, v'agalav zman kari v'yimru amen. Yeheshmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Olamei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yiroman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal Shemei d'Kudashah b'richu Le'elam minchol b'chata v'shirata Tushb'chata v'nechamata Damiram v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehesh lama Rabba min Shemaya V'chaim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrumav Uya aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael Yimru Amen. And may all those who are in mourning be comforted by the one who comforts all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for being here this evening. Just hope everybody does well. No, you know what? I didn't count the Omar. I haven't counted the Omar, Rabbi Elias. You want to do it for us? You want to do it? I don't have the prayer offhand on me. So, Rabbi Elias, you want to do it for us?
I also don't have it offhand. I'm sorry, Rabbi.
Yeah. Well,
But I know it's the 34th day. We can do it in English.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we could say the first part. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat haomer. And hayom shloshim ve'arba yom shehem, something in terms of weeks of the Omer. Mazel tov. Thank you, Rabbi.
Well, I'll have the full thing in Hebrew for us next week. All right, folks. So listen, thank you all for being here. You are a delight. I enjoy each and every one of you. Thank you for being part of this with me. Be well, be happy. Check out our Sim Shalom webpage, the JSLI page, for all sorts of classes that we have coming up. And just, be well and be happy.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you all. And Toby, I'll be in touch. Be well all.
Okay.
Bye-bye.